Good morning, friends. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at another eye. It'll be Lily from Redlands, and she's got quite a history. But I wanted to talk with you a little bit about a few other things. First of all, I wanted to tell you, those that have signed up for my full script account, I'm also opening up a Wellevate account. Both of them you will get 10% off every time you place an order. But I'm having trouble with the full script account because they're like low on products and back order and can't get this, can't get that. And I actually like a lot of the brands that I'm getting on Wellevate better. But having said that, there are a few things that I can get in the full script that I can't get on the Wellevate. So I'm going to be using both, and unfortunately there might be times when I'll be recommending from both sites. What you want to do is save those places on your computer or your phone or whatever so that you can get to them quickly and you don't have to go looking for it. So just, save it in your favorites, and that way when you're looking for something, you could just go right on there and find whatever you want and get that 10%. Okay. I also kind of wanted to talk to you guys about just taking a step back and looking at everything that's going on in the world. And I think it's becoming more apparent to all of us that a lot of the things that we thought we knew, because that's what we were told, are being questioned. We're questioning them, and for good reason. And so I just want to encourage you. I'm getting a phone call. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't want it. Sorry. Anyway, so I just want to encourage you to just take a step back and trust yourself. And I found over the years, I started off realizing that the things that I learned about my faith were not right. And then later I learned that some of the ideas that I had learned about health was not right. And so we're taught to think certain ways, and we go to college and they tell us certain things. Well, we have to realize that our colleges are being funded by certain people, and they have a financial interest. Okay, come to find out, the same people that are financing our colleges and our medical places, they run our banks, and they also fund or they've started the American Medical Association. They also have started a lot of our seminaries. So we really need to take a step back, do a lot of praying for wisdom and guidance from God, and understand that things that are meant, not everything is what we've been told. So choose to follow what God is showing you and be open. I found that things that I thought were true turned out not to be true, and you just have to be willing to be wrong sometimes to get to the truth, okay? And the truth sets you free, all right? So just having said that, today we're going to be looking at my friend Lily from Redlands. She's been a client of mine for a long time, but for a very long time, she did the allopathic medicine, and spent a lot of time at the hospital, a lot of time with the doctors, has had a history of a lot of things that really boil down to the fact that she has weak genetics and her body is full of acids. So as I was saying before, open your mind. I don't mean just be more open-minded and realize that things are not as complicated as we're taught that they are. You can heal your body. you basically, every part of your body is made of cells. And we have specialized kind of cells. You have your liver cells, you have your brain cells, you have your skin cells, you have, your pancreas cells, your bone cells, all these different things. They're different specialized kind of cells. However, every cell has two fluids, one that nourishes it and one that carries away toxins. So every single cell in your body is an energy factory, okay? Just like your car, when you put fuel in your car, and that would be like the good food that you eat, okay? You put fuel in your car produces energy so that it can start and go down the road. Well, the stuff that comes out of the exhaust, you could consider that as the toxins. That's the same thing that happens with every single cell in your body. So your blood feeds you. That food that comes in goes through your digestive tract. It feeds you, and then your digestive tract gets rid of the excess. But also a very big part of your excreting and getting rid of poisons is your lymphatic system. So that is like I was saying, around your cell you have your blood that feeds it, you have your lymphatic system that takes it away. Okay, you don't have a digestive system everywhere around every cell, but you have fluids around your cells. You have your lymphatic fluids and your blood. Your blood is mostly in your veins, okay, but your lymphatic fluids, you have more of that around your tissues and around each cell. That's where all those toxins, that combustible energy goes, and it goes into between those cells. So when you are full of these acids that come from we'll say like your car puts out the exhaust, well, depending on what you eat, okay, is whether you're adding to these acids, and acids corrode, they burn, they make you stiff, they tear down, or are you eating foods that are creating an alkaline ash? Alkaline creates fluidity, generates health, rebuilds tissues, makes you limber. So what you want to do is you want to get in things. You have to stop whatever it is that you're doing that gets you where you're at. And that's by eating cooked foods. Every cooked food, I don't care if it's a vegetable, is going to give you an acid ash, okay? Your best foods for creating your alkaline environment are your raw fruits and your raw vegetables. Now, vegetables, unfortunately, are only have half as much energy. So we're not talking only about alkaline environment. We're not only talking about minerals and vitamins and things. We need to talk about what has energetic properties. And your fruits, I mean, these things are measured. There's a way to measure them, just like you can measure air waves and tones and all that kind of stuff. Well, your food and everything has an energetic property. So just think of an EKG. What are they doing? They're putting these things on you, and they're measuring all the electrical impulses that are in the heart, okay? And they're doing it from every different direction. So, and your central nervous system, right? It fires electrons and neutrons, and that's your energy. But every cell needs this energy, okay? So your fruits are about twice as much energy energetically as vegetables. They're also very astringent, so fruits will pull those acids away, where your vegetables will alkalize you, but it won't necessarily pull away. So when you get as deep in as my friend that we're going to talk about today, you have to go with fruits because the vegetables are not going to pull all those acids out that are tearing down. All right. So I'm going to read this history that she wrote to me. Lily from Redlands says she has a history of fibromyalgia, prior multiple blood clots in both lungs, severe asthma, aortic aneurysm developed from a bicuspid heart valve, slightly prolapsed mitral valve, tachycardia, arthritis, and moderate inflammation and reflux. Okay, so when we're talking about, these are some severe, your blood clots, okay? Acids agglomerate, they stick together, they become sticky, and eventually it becomes hard, okay? And it will destroy tissues, okay? So that's what's going on here. Most recent issues are severe arthritis in the low spine and digestive issues, including gas, belching, and reflux. Also increased allergies, okay? Prior surgeries include tonsillitis or tonsillectomy. Okay, when you have a tonsillectomy, okay, basically that's your lymphatic system, all right? What's happening is the brain and the head is full of gunk, and it's your lymphatic system is doing its job. Okay, it's inflamed, yes, because it's sending all those macrophages and all those things into that area to kill and to destroy this invasive whatever it is, germ, whatever you want to call it. So you really don't want to take your tonsils out. I had my tonsils out as a little kid. Okay, now I still have, I can still feel it. I'm still trying to working some of that stuff out of me. Sometimes the tonsils can grow back, but it's not a guarantee. Anyway, so that drains your brain. Tonsils drain your spinal fluid, your brain, okay? So every part of your body is important, so don't let anybody tell you it's not. 2 C-sections, a hysterectomy. My question, a hysterectomy, is that because of bleeding or is that because of prolapse? Okay, they both stem from the same thing. Bleeding is your body's getting rid of stuff, okay? You don't have to hardly bleed at all for your menstrual cycle, okay? And prolapse is because the tissues are not strong, and it all comes back to being able to heal and rebuild. And when the body can't do that, it prolapses. 2 heart ablations and gallbladder removal. Okay, so most recently, severe cortisone injections in the back and radio frequency ablation. Okay, so what we're talking here is the energy that's in your body. Your radio frequency ablation, if I'm even saying that right, what they're doing is you don't have that electrical conduction going on in your body. So they're trying to help you with that. But you have got to fix what you're doing. You are in serious trouble. When you get to a point like this, you are in serious trouble. And I have to be blunt. These are the kinds of things that lead to MS, Lou Gehrig's disease, things like that. So if you don't want to go there, you have to reverse what you're doing, okay? And then she says, I should have mentioned weight gain. And she says, for your information, I've been eating much healthier lately, and despite that, I have not been losing any weight. Well, I'm going to show you why, okay? I'm going to show you why you're not losing weight and why you're a special case. Now, I'm going to show you guys an eye that has good genetics, okay? This eye, and I'll explain to you, I just found this one on the internet. Okay, so let's see if I can get it a little closer. Let's see. Do you see, guys? See how all these lines and things here, they're close together, the fibers, they're close. All right, those are good genetics. Now this eye has a lot of acids. The white is the acids. This is probably, this looks like a drug deposit, some sulfur or something there, probably some kind of a drug. Okay, that's right down in the knee area. And then you can see these darker spots. That's where there's damage. But mainly what I wanted to show you is how close together the fibers are. This person has good genetics, and this person can heal really quickly. Okay, now we're going to be looking at Lily's eyes. Lily does not have good genetics. Sorry, Lily, but you don't. So we have to do more for you. Okay, so this, let's bring this up. Let's see if I can get this bigger for you guys. Okay, so here is a picture of Lily's left eye. All right, see this? Okay, you see all those big old holes in there? Okay, that is poor genetics. Okay, now your genetics get passed down. Your lymph system gets passed down to your children. So you need to pass this information on to them and help them get started, because you do not want them to end up where you're at. You want to get them started right now on cleaning up their diet and getting the acids out and heal, because you can heal this. What will happen as you heal is these spots will start to fill in with fibers. Okay, first they'll be white, and that's an acute stage. When you see white on, like that other eye had some white in it, that's called acute. That means the acids are built up, okay, and that causes pain. Then it begins to turn gray, a little bit gray, and the next stage, that's subacute, and that's a little bit more damage. Then you have a little bit darker, and that's chronic. When you get to a point where you have holes like this, or you have a dark spot on your eyes, that is, there's tissue damage, and that takes some work. Like I said, you can look at all these holes throughout. I mean, this is all over. This is where your hormones are, bladder area. Let's see. I'm looking at this from the wrong side, so I'm thinking this is the bladder. I'm a little confused, but anyway, you got. Let me see. This is bladder, adrenal. Okay, right here. See this right here? This part, this really white part. Okay, right down in through here. That's going to be your hips and your knee area. Okay, you got acids there. Can you see it? Okay, yeah, acids there. You probably have a lot of pain in that. Right in here, you have some rectal. You're starting to have rectal damage. You have uterus, bladder issues. Okay. Right up in, okay, let's look over here. See this area right here? All this white, and then you got a dark thing. That dark spot is actually underneath the white, but you can see it through. These are all acids. See how this crusty big old line full of acids, you can't even see the fibers? That's because all your tissues are just full of them. Underneath there, that's your bronchial area. That's your lungs. Okay, you're full of something. You either have drug deposits in there. It's hard to say, because, like I said, what we have to do is we've got to start getting the acids out. And once this layer of acids come out, you can see underneath it, and you'll be able to see the fibers better and see what's going on there. But let's see if I can make this bigger, because I want you to see how underneath, even if you can see underneath there where it almost looks like you got holes, all those little fibers have white on them. So they have more acids. Your acids are just eating you up, okay? It's eating you up, it's making you weak, making your tissue weak, your tissue's breaking down. So you have to get all these acids out. Up in here, this is the brain area, okay? And if you notice, this eye is not even completely round, it's kind of like crooked. Your body has so much tension that it's pulling. Now let's look at the stomach, okay? So see this little brown area here? You were talking about acid reflux. Well, you have acids all in the lining of your stomach. This right here is your intestines and your colon. Look at that. Okay, white, all acids. Fortunately, it looks like you're pretty round. So it doesn't look like you're having any prolapses or anything. Whoops. Oh, darn it. Let me see what I can do there. So it doesn't look like you have any prolapses. Let me see. Let's do this one. The printing of the paper is doesn't, you can't see the detail as well, but I went ahead and did this. So let's see. Okay, so right in here are your sinuses, okay? Oh yeah, your cerebellum and your medulla. Okay, so listen, your cerebellum and your medulla, they're right here, your body. They're breaking down, honey. They're breaking down. That's why you had to have that procedure where they gave you electrical currents, okay? That and your adrenal glands. So they send messages up and down your spine to your nerves. They're the messengers, okay? They send the energy. They make the information go back and forth. So that's what I'm saying. Things like that the destruction of the brain, those, when you get there, you're heading down to a place I don't think you want to go. So what do we have to do? How do we do this? I mean, the right eye is pretty much the same as the left. You have some, your appendix looks like, you've got a spot here. It looks like the appendix is dark, right in that area. That's your appendix, okay, hanging down. Looks like it's kind of chronic, all right, need to clean that up. And so basically what we need to do, okay, you got tissue damage everywhere. Okay, you got to stop eating the acid foods, okay? I recommend you go 100% pure fruit and eat grapes, okay? Grapes are very healing, nutritious, energizing. Berries and melons are also very good. Any fruit that is fresh or frozen, okay? No fruit juices that are pasteurized, okay? That the pasteurization heats it up, kills the energy, okay? It's just like cooking it. If you can, there is a brand, it's called Evolution. I've been having a hard time finding it, but you can find some cold pressed juices. Those are good. Any cold pressed juice you can find, or if you can juice yourself, you can get a lot of good nutrition and by juicing. And I'm not saying juicing no vegetables for you. You need to go 100% pure fruit because you need the energy. Remember, twice as much energy in fruit. And your nervous system needs that energy to heal. You can't heal. At your level, you cannot heal on vegetables. Maybe down the road you can add some vegetables. But until you get all this acid cleaned up and we get you those areas in your nervous system healed, you need to be on fruit. Now your fruits have everything you need in them. You can live on fruit 100%. Okay, so don't let anybody tell you, oh, where's your protein coming from? Just look at a horse. Does a horse eat meat? What about a baboon? Look at how strong and how quick and agile these animals are. They don't eat meat, okay? The meat is dead. Now, I'm not saying I'm against eat meat because I like meat too, Okay, I do eat meat sometimes. When I do, it's occasionally some grass-fed something, all right? But it's not, I don't eat it that often. And at your point, you don't want to eat meat because your body's not going to digest your food well. And you don't want that energy that would go to healing your body going to just digesting that. Your fruits are very easy to digest and the most energetics, okay? Don't worry about your blood sugar right now. Don't worry about none of that, okay? Because we're going to fix you up and all those things are going to fall into place. So we need to clean your gut. Okay, we got to clean out those acids in your gut. You're starting to get a little bit brown. You're starting to turn a little brown around there. Look at, see if you can see how the brownness is. I mean, I've seen worse. Mine was worse. So I'm really surprised about this, considering how bad everything else is, that your gut is not worse than this. This won't take you too long. Okay, so we're going to give you some fiber and some specific things that'll pull that out. We're going to support all of your endocrine glands because they are your messengers. They're the commanders, okay? They're the ones that run your thyroid and all that kind of thing. So we're going to support that. I'm going to also support your parathyroid, okay? Your parathyroid is involved. I mean, we often think that we want to, if we're having calcium utilization problems, first thing that you're told is get you some calcium, get you some magnesium. Let's not think of it like that. You're more than a chemical factory. And so what we want to do is we want to support the healing of the parts of the body that work that area for us. So your parathyroid and your thyroid, okay, they're involved also in the laying down along with your kidneys of the calcium in your bones, okay, and utilization. And that is also involved in healing of your tissues. So anytime you have rigid fingernails, easily being bruised, problems like you're having with aneurysms, anything like that where tissue is breaking down, then we have to think that the parathyroid is probably having problems too. Okay, so when it comes to all of our glands, our hormone glands and things like that, we have to do glandulars for that. Okay, so we can't just do, when we're at the part where you're at, where you have holes in those areas, complete holes, then we have to fill in the gap for that. We have to do glandulars for that. We need to clean your gut, like I said. We need to get the glandulars. We have to get your kidneys filtering. Remember, I had you pee in a jar. You guys pee in a jar. Your first urine of the morning, cover it, put it in the cupboard or set it somewhere where it won't be disturbed for 2 days. After 2 days, you should have sediment at the bottom. The more the better, okay? The more the better. That means your lymph, all that I was talking to you about your lymph system, how it carries out all that exhaust fluid from around your cells, all that stuff from the combustion. Well, it carries it through your kidneys, okay? So if you have nothing in there, that's why everything's just staying in your cells and around your cells and eating you alive, literally, okay? So that has got to be a very priority, and the way we do that is glandulars, okay? We have to get your kidneys and your bladder, but mostly your kidneys functioning. Herbs and glandulars, and then we also, your adrenal glands, which sit right on top of your kidneys. They help govern the kidneys, okay? So those need to be strong. Those are also very important in neurotransmitters, okay? Helping in the conduction of your brain transmissions. So those are important in both of those areas. Okay, so those we have to get going once. Okay, so we're going to do some herbs for those. We're going to do herbs for your thyroid. Okay, we're going to give you glandulars for everything else. So you're going to have a glandular for your pancreas, because you got some pancreas issues too. Just an overall glandular for a little bit of everything. Your heart, you're showing weakness in the heart. Of course, we knew that. But glandulars for all those areas that have the big holes, okay? And then we're going to give you herbs that will help get them functioning. The glandulars are for rebuilding. The herbs are for the functioning and the astringent properties that herbs have. And but first we have to get we're going to do all this at once, because you can't do this in steps. You need to do it all at once because you're so far gone. Okay, I'm sorry. It's true. So, but once we get your kidneys functioning, then we're going to add a lymphatic formula, 1 or 2 lymphatic formulas. But we have to get the kidneys going, because we don't want to start pulling stuff from your lymph and it has nowhere to go. It has to go through the kidneys, okay? So that is the plan, my friend. So first, stop putting stuff in your body that's putting more acids. Okay, that's anything cooked. It's coffee. Okay, you can get. It's called dandy tea or something like that. It's made out of dandelions and chicory root. It's actually very good. And if you make it weaker, it tastes like tea. And if you make it stronger, it tastes like coffee. But you're actually just putting minerals into your body. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to talk to you about. We're going to give you some minerals, but we're not going to do isolated minerals like calcium and stuff. I'm going to give you alfalfa. Alfalfa I want you to take during the day because it's potassium and it gives you energies. I'm going to give you oats, what are it called? Oat grass. It's not the oats themselves. It's the oat straw, okay, and the seed. That is full of minerals for sleeping. So you'll take the alfalfa in the mornings. You take the oats at night when you want to go to sleep. One of your supplements will also have a pineal gland, some pineal, because of the pineal helps you sleep. I'm sorry. I'm getting them confused. The pineal is pituitary. Pituitary helps regulate everything else and helps rebuild. Okay, the pineal is involved in sleeping. So you have issues with all that up there, and the pons, which they're all like in one little area in the brain area on your paper. They're all got acids around them. They all have the dark holes there. So those are, we're going to hit everything, okay? And we're going to get you well, and you can do this. You can do this. Hey, everybody out there, you can do it. There's always hope in healing. Now, I know that some of you say, whoa, this is pretty, that's pretty radical. Okay, well, she's in a pretty radically bad position. Now, if you have good genes, and which I'm be honest with you, it's getting harder and harder to find people with good genes, because we've been on this packaged foods and on these poor diets for so long that it's been generational, and people are not cleaning up, and we pass on our bad genes. So you can stop that. And you moms who want to have babies, you need to start cleaning up your diet now. Do a detox before you get pregnant. Clean your body, start building so that when you are pregnant and you have that baby, you're passing on good genes to your baby. Okay? So that is the plan. My friend, I will send you some recommendations. I'm going to have to send them from both of my accounts because one carries something and the other one carries other things. So if you guys have any questions, please send me your questions along with the pictures of your eyes. Or if you just want to say, you can send me a letter and say, this is what's been going on with me. And my email is on my Facebook page. It's linda.wells.naturopath, and that's spelled Naturopath, naturopath@gmail.com. linda.wells.naturopath. Okay, send me your irises. Her irises I wanted to show you. She did a really good job. Let me show you what I'm looking for. She did a good job on her picture. Look how much detail is there. Okay, she got the entire iris in there. Now she probably did not take this with an iPhone. iPhones don't take good pictures, but there it's all in there. Oh, here's another thing I wanted to mention to you. Look, see that dark part? That is a skin ring. That's because you're not sweating. You're not getting you're not getting the toxins out. So your skin, you got a skin ring. So you need to start doing some dry brushing, okay? And we want to try to get you sweating and so the toxins start coming out. But anyway, so there's a lot of good detail in this picture. And if I open it up more with my computer, or I use this, I have this little tool, I can look even better into those areas and I can see more detail. But a lot of times you guys are sending me fuzzy pictures or pictures that have, this isn't too bad. But sometimes they have reflections or your lid is covering it and I can't see part of your eye for that. And that's all important. So anyway, all right, you guys, have a great day. I'm looking forward to getting my website going. I'm going to do a website so you'll be able to get into my Wellevate and my Full Script account through there. You'll be able to watch old videos and stuff. So I'm hoping that's going to be coming fairly soon. I'll be sending out links on Facebook for that. In the meantime, you guys be happy. Trust the Lord. He's good every day. He gets you through what you need to do. He helps us to see the truth, and the truth is what sets us free. Okay, I love you guys. Have a good day.